Dyson Pizza contains descriptions of peril, natural disasters, and kaiju. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, Wayward listeners. Welcome back to Dyson Pizza, a quest show that follows a ragtag band of heroes who are chasing after Tankai, an ancient dragon god bent on burning down the world of Mirios. My name is Derek. I use he/him pronouns, and I am the guide for our lovable band of heroes.
Hiya, I'm Maya. They, them pronouns, please. I play Zaba, the party's naturalist, Masked Guardian Kokuru, banned and chosen, self-proclaimed releaser of Tankai, still not having a very good time.
Hello, puppies. My name is Justin, he, him pronouns. I'll be playing Driftwood, they, them pronouns. Driftwood is a party doctor. Also not having a good time, having to babysit some out-of-commission party members, and having to make some pretty big decisions all alone. Let's see if that continues.
Hello. I'm Kyla, and I play they, them, theirs pronouns, and I play Ernie, or Ernie for short. Also they, them, theirs pronouns, a skilled spy having some difficulties in their career path and in their life in general, and who is unaware of being babysat because they're not currently conscious at the moment. But maybe they will be.
Maybe. Once again, we are playing the game Quest. It's a rules-light system that focuses on storytelling and world building by the Adventure Guild. Everything we will roll will be with a D20. Last time on Dyson Pizza, Zaba was in the spirit world, doing spirit world things, meeting gods, trying to get out of there. Driftwood, on the other hand, was dealing with Atreus, about to, finish the deed and kill everyone, literally. But Driftwood cast Relieve on Zaba, got Zaba out of the spirit world state, and Zaba turned into a horse. And they all rode away, rescued Sidon, and we ended on some pretty cryptic dreams where Driftwood saw the buwaya and a mystical shark. Ernie was eating soup with a room full of wolves that were also eating the soup, like bipedal wolves. And Zaba watched Tankai destroy his village from the flat of his back. Yeah. That's where we left off, on a pretty dire note. Before we hop into the actual session, I'm going to really quickly read an updated world profile for the world state, since we're at the beginning of a new arc. So here we go. Once again, we are in the world of Mirios, a land devastated by the sun dragon Tankai. From the summit of Mount Ida to the Emerald Sea surrounding Noro, you'll find the clans and cities of the world fighting for their survival. In this world, magic is common, danger is otherworldly, and daily life has become brutish and difficult. The people here are hopeful that their homes will survive the coming war and apocalypse, but the ocean is drying up and there is little water for crops, and a storm of fire is on the horizon. The three of you wake up. Well, I guess Driftwood, you're already awake because you were on second watch. So you see as Ernie and Zaba come to. Ernie, you immediately notice that you're in a lot of pain and that someone has made a splint for your arm, for your broken arm, and has bandaged it.
Is my sword by my side? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, your sword is by your side.
I immediately go to my sword, but also wince because I'm not quite able to with the splint.
Yeah,
so you make a sound.
Yeah, you're like tossing as you try to pull your sword out, and you kind of look around and you see that you're not in Odysseus at all. You're outside near the ocean in a rocky outcrop. Sidon is asleep next to you, covered in blood and cuts, and Zaba is kind of like lying there, also next to you on a bedroll. You realize you've been spending the night on Driftwood's apron. And Driftwood, where are you in this scene?
So I'm poking over. Driftwood's poking by the fire and eating some shellfish, then prepping them for whenever breakfast ends up happening. Driftwood turns around and hears just a lot of movement, like in a pretty between the waves.
There's
and
like
then
a little clanking of a sword and a hilt.
And Driftwood's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stay asleep. Hey, what are you? Ernie, chill.
Where are we?
We're by the beaches.
Is that guy dead?
The guy? Do you mean the guy next to you?
No, the wizard guy.
The wizard guy is not dead. In fact, we are closer to dead than the wizard guy is. But
Yeah,
don't
Ernie.
stop
Ernie.
stop
You
moving
go.
around.
I am
You
in a
gotta
lot of
rest.
pain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have some food?
So Driftwood goes over to the fire and has a little like mussel shell. With they found some like some sea herbs over by like another clearing, and then put it on and just roasted it over a little fire. So Driftwood brings over one of these mussels over to Ernie and is like, "Here's what we have right now. Careful, it's a little hot."
Burns myself. Was already trying to drink it from oh, it's hot. Is also awkwardly holding the bowl. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just take it easy. We escaped Odysseus, and I'm on watch right now. Zaba is still unconscious. Zaba had a fever, and it was a nightmare. But at least we're out here right now. Sidon was a huge help, so you should definitely catch up with him when he's awake.
Yeah, I think Ernie kind of takes stock of their surroundings, sees that Zaba is fine, relatively. They don't. I mean, they're alive. Um,
I I poke Zaba just to make sure with like a stick.
Zaba, you feel a stick poke you, and like you come to staring up at the sky. Your mask is still on your face. All you can really think about is the fact that there's a lot of dirt and grime underneath between the mask and your face. And yeah, you are like your entire body is incredibly sore. It takes an immense amount of effort to even like raise your hand a little bit. Um, you can't really move too quickly, but you are awake and you hear Driftwood and Ernie talking.
um,
So they're alive. Looks like looks like Zaba's alive, which is good. That's what we want.
I'm alive.
what are they okay? Is he okay? What happened to him? How long?
Uh,
Also, how long have you been awake, Driftwood? What time is
uh,
it?
I look up at the stars and like tell the time. Um, it's like 2 a.m. right now. Like Driv was rubbing their eyes. No, it's fine. I'm on second watch. I got a little bit of sleep already. And like sun should be up in a couple hours, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Hey, Zaba. You good there?
You shouldn't move that much either,
Nah.
Zaba. If that was clear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Zaba kind of flops an arm a little bit. That's it. Zaba stops moving.
So Driftwood also brings out like a bucket of water. Like there was some driftwood that Driftwood fashioned into a water, and
Haha.
there's um, some of the sea herbs, some medicinal herbs that they've identified that are also indigenous to Noro, have been around, some offshoot cultivar of them, um, and hands it over to Zaba. It's like warm, um, and it smells like a menthol smell.
Ooh.
Mm.
So I hand that over. I push it over a little bit to Zaba, and a little bit of cloth that I found washed up on the beach. So he's like, "Hey, rest that on your chest. That's it should relieve some of the soreness."
Justin,
Yeah.
this this sounds like a roll for flavor.
Mm. Yep.
So, starting now, we're going to be doing a custom move called Roll for Flavor. And basically, pizza comes in all shapes and sizes with all kinds of toppings. Roll a d20, then add some flavor to the world. If you roll a triumph, the party gains something that can aid them within the flavor described. You've already been adding some flavor, so go ahead and roll me that d20 and let's see if you get a triumph.
All right. Rolled a 6.
So, unfortunately, there's nothing special that the party gains from the poultice that you've made, Driftwood. But Zaba, you've had something like this on your body before growing up, and it does bring a sense of comfort. as you begin to feel a little bit of relief from the sort of herbs that Driftwood has concocted in this poultice.
Clears his sinuses too.
Yeah, you can breathe a little easier. Ernie and Driftwood, you two notice that Zaba's wound is like oozing that like greenish like liquid again. It's like a really disturbing color on like the sort of like scar, like not scarred but like charred wound from when they got burned by Tenkai.
When did he get this? I'm asking Driftwood. Did he get this while I was asleep?
I have never, until Zaba was unconscious, I didn't know that he had this. So I've been trying to treat it as much as possible with this mixture, whatever I can grab from around here. There's not a lot, and I really haven't seen a wound like this before. Definitely, maybe the advanced doctors of Noro would be able to identify what's going on here, but I'm not too sure what's happening.
I can hear
Noro.
both of you.
Hey, Zaba, when did you get this? It's okay. It's okay. I'll ask later. I'll ask later.
We
You said-
quickly
Yeah.
we quickly flash back to when Zaba was flying after Tenkai in episode 5. When Tenkai
As a bird,
as a
right?
bird, and they Tenkai like I think swung his tail at Zaba
Yeah.
and got hit.
Noro. So we're going to Noro after all.
Yeah, I think we have to go to Noro. This definitely isn't a common wound, and I know exactly who we need to go and see for this. And so, as much energy as it's going to take from us, it's probably best that we leave as soon as possible.
I imagine this is punctuated by Sidon snoring.
Yeah, Sidon snores so loud he actually wakes himself up. He's like, "Are we ready to go?"
It's
This
2
whole time,
a.m.
Sidon has been
Sidon.
snoring.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. Go back to sleep.
Oh,
What?
No, we're not. Go back to sleep.
okay. Sidon goes back to sleep, unlike the rest of you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna flash forward to the next morning. A few hours later, you all have had some chit chat and then all went back to bed, except for Driftwood. The sun is now rising, and from the east, and you all begin to pack up what little camp you have. And right off the bat, are you all going to follow the road down to that like little docking port situation south of the Temple of Mitra, Driftwood? Or are you going to go along the beach side? And just
So
follow
that's
the
my
beaches?
suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah, my suggestion is to head back towards Mitra. How like far distance wise would that be? Like, is there any? I mean, I think that we can logic that we're on the same coast. But how far exactly could we know that?
So it took you a day rowing upstream to get to Alita, or rowing downstream to get to Alita. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
The canoe is back in Alita.
Yeah,
right?
so it was much faster going up than it will be going down. So it's going to take all day, and some change probably the next day to get to the Temple of Mitra.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah.
So yeah, I think that's our best bet. That's our like known quantity right now. So I propose that we take just a quick spot. We'll have to go inside Alita, right, to get back to the canoe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then I propose that we head back into Alita to do it. Hop, skip, and a jump so we can get back out of there.
Sounds good. Ernie's doing sword exercises with their one good hands.
Driftwood hands Ernie the other sword, which they've had in their possession. It's like, I feel like you should have both right now.
Ernie has to set their sword down on the on like their pack or something to take the sword.
I'll take it.
Zaba's on the ground, physically on the ground.
Yes, Sidon
I'm
just
like-
kind of
like on
puts
the bag.
Zaba.
Like,
Yeah,
I'll t-
Sidon looks like he can handle himself. Zaba, I'm not so sure about. So one of you take the sword
Okay,
from
I
me
I'll
hand
take the
because
sword.
I
I'll
pass
take
the
the
swords
sword.
over Zaba to
I'll
Sidon.
take the-
it's a monkey
Cool.
in the middle with the
Sidon
sword.
takes the sword and he puts it all around his belt, and then he picks Zaba up and puts Zaba over his
Ugh.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Sidon's like, okay, we can head back to Alita.
yeah. Have you been through Alita, Sidon? Not in chains.
I have, but they didn't have meat in town, so I didn't really stick around long.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I needed that protein, you know?
All right.
Okay.
Well, then let's pack up what we have and then head over. I'm pretty tired, so let me just tell you that I'll do my best to keep an eye on y'all, but it'll be a sleepwalk for me. And then I say, "Hey, quiet, quiet," and there's like nothing there. I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just a little. I'm a little. I start combing my hair.
Mm.
Driftwood, do you want the fire person holds? You
Yeah,
need
yeah,
someone to carry you.
yeah. It's okay. I'll be okay.
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 Can I? Would it also? Do I also get the sense that it would be bad if I use how long is it going to take for us to get to uh
It'll be a
Alita.
handful of hours to get to Alita.
handful of hours? Okay. Do I get the sense it would be a bad idea when we get closer, like an hours away, to like activate um like prey sense?
Oh, that I think you can do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
That should
think
be fun. Yeah.
when we get like within an hour's distance, because prey sense only lasts for an hour,
Uh-huh.
like a little under like an hour away from Alita, I want to activate that.
Okay.
I will pay 1 AP to do it.
Cool.
Hmm. And real quick, also, so I said I had 5 HP and 0 AP right now, but rest happened. Some rest happened. So do I
Yeah.
gain any back?
Yeah. Well, I think considering that you're still kind of in enemy territory,
Hmm.
not that much. Like I think both Zaba and Driftwood, you could like everyone should have gained +1 hit point, and then
Okay,
Driftwood, you should have 5 adventure points because of
got it. Okay.
sessions. Yeah,
Yay, 2 hit points. Or do I only still have 1 hit point?
you only still have 1 because you came
So
Mhm.
you
from
went
0.
from you went from 0 to 1, Kyle.
So then, before we leave, and I see more hallucinations, Driftwood cast. How much HP does Zaba have?
If I'm going from 2 and adding 1, it would be 3.
Okay. Um, so I'm gonna cast. Uh, I'm gonna cast Mend for each of them for Ernie, um, and Zaba.
Okay.
But my hands are still broken, so I say, hey, both of you, lay a hand on my shoulder right now. I'm gonna cast Mend on you.
Can you not cast mend on yourself?
Oh, uh, actually, true. I can, right? Am I misremembering?
Yeah, I
Can
mean,
I?
if you just need the touch, then I guess yeah, you can. Well,
Okay, then
yeah.
group communal mend. I'm gonna spend 3 AP to cast mend for each of us three.
Okay.
I'm still on side, like Sidon is still carrying me, so I just reach a hand out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sidon, get me closer. Sidon.
Yeah, he like kind of like squats a little bit because he's so tall.
Should I read Mend's description right now again?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So, mend, you gently touch a creature, immediately restoring 5 HP and mending minor wounds like cuts and bruises.
Cool. Cool. All right. So no one's broken bones are fixed, but
Yeah, that was
cuts
gonna
and
say.
bruises
Mhm.
are fixed. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You
How
all have a little bit
many
more strength.
sorry, how many hit
5
points was that?
HP.
Oh wow, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'll have a little bit more of a flush to my cheeks, I guess.
Okay. So the 4 of you begin to make your trek back towards Alita. Zaba, as you get closer, you activate your prey sense, which go ahead and read that description.
Yeah. So you sharpen your sense of danger for the next hour. You feel a subtle signal in your body whenever you will imminently be threatened by another creature. I think here for Zaba, his hair would like stand up on the back of his neck. Um, and this includes creatures you can't see. If you detect a creature this way, your party cannot be ambushed. If you detect a creature trying to attack you, your party gets the first round in combat.
So while you don't detect any creatures trying to attack you, you do detect that there is much hostile energy the closer and closer you get to Alita. Um, and even though you're kind of slung over the back of Sidon and can't really see it, um, Sidon, Ernie, and Driftwood, the three of you see that Alita is up in smoke when you arrive. Um, and the three of you see like the banners of Odysseus flying in the city, and you begin to see like tents surrounding it. Like this is like in the span of like a night. Basically, this happened. Um, there is now a greater conflict that is here that had happened overnight.
Hey, does
Um,
everyone see the smoke over Alita, or is that just me?
Oh,
I
I,
smell it.
I,
I
I
taste
see
it
it.
too. Tastes bad.
yeah, the village looks eerily still. However, you see very little movement despite seeing the banners raised.
Is the lake still? Like, is there an island in the lake?
There is not an island in the lake, but you do see um, that they are like building something on the other side of the lake, closer to Odysseus. Like it looks like some kind of like a drain almost, or like a dam, or like an aqueduct, something to kind of filter in the lake water.
Mm.
Don't like that.
Do we think our canoe is still going to be there?
It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, maybe we can find another vessel to take um, while
I
we
feel
get
like
out of here.
I hit that canoe okay.
Hopefully, you can find it as well.
Let's
True.
let's not take the main roads.
Okay, makes sense.
Cool. Okay. Who is going to lead the party into Alita? Whoever leads the party into Alita, I will ask them to roll a d20 to
Um,
determine.
well,
Uh,
I have a sword.
okay.
Sidon carrying Zaba has the prey sense.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm super tired.
Yeah, no, I'll go in.
Okay. So, Ernie, you take point as you begin to lead the party in through the back, like sort of around the other side of Alita. Go ahead and roll me that d20.
Okay. And then also, um, I don't know if I can use track here to like pick up on any trails.
Mm,
I got a 15 though.
okay. Well, that is a success. Let me read
Track
track
is
real
kind of
quick.
interesting. Yeah.
Because that's a ranger ability, right?
Yeah, but
Yes.
it's more for like animals. But I have used it for people are animals, so.
Yeah.
To Ernie.
um, would you like to use the ability track?
I want to spend one AP to pick up, even if there are no pick up on a trail, even if there aren't any, or if there are no trails. Like that's all I'm just trying to figure out right now.
Okay, cool.
I think that's
So
smart.
as
Yeah.
you approach, as you know, using your knowledge of like military tactics, having grown up in Tosu, you figure out a way into Alita that would probably be like, oh, if there was an escape route, this would be the way to go. And as you are going through, you see the tracks of what appear to be like a lot of the people of like Alita, like they were mostly kind of like other villages you've been to. They wear like sandals and like cloth wraps and shoes. Nothing like in Odysseus where it's like hard boots and metal steel-toed boots and stuff like that. So you see a lot more of those kind of footprints leading out of the city. So it looks like people got out. Um, and as you kind of sneak back into the city, the last kind of thing you see is you see kind of like Aragorn style, you see that there was a great fight that took place sort of at the perimeter of the city. And the movements look almost like choreographed, like someone was doing like a battle dance as they were fighting. So you know that someone held off a bunch of the guards as people evacuated, which to that end, there are just bodies of guards and people in the city that are just kind of on the ground that haven't been buried. But the party is in Alita, and you are able to get to the dock where your canoe was and all your supplies that Kurum and the other villagers had set aside for you that you didn't take to Odysseus. So you do have that now.
I hope Kurum is okay.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of him.
Sidon puts kind of plops Zaba into the canoe.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And he asks you, would you like to face this like upstream or downstream? Which one will make you less motion sick?
I don't get motion sick. Downstream.
Okay. He points you downstream.
I imagine this canoe is going to be a little cramped.
Yeah, it's a 3-person canoe. Sidon says, I can just hang on to the edge and flow down the river.
Well, I mean, I can sit over the edge. Sidon, you have 2 good arms.
Hypothermia. Have you heard of it?
You could also try and steal another canoe. There are other like vessels in the dock.
Right.
Like
I would
there are like
imagine
rafts and stuff, like river
people
rafts.
because people left. There would
Mhm.
be like fishing. Well, not fishing boats. Sorry, there's no fishing boats in Alita.
They
But
don't
I
There's, like,
imagine
fish for seaweeds.
are there fishing boats? But
There's
there's
not fishing
sorry.
boats, but there are like rowboats,
Right.
and like rafts with like sails. So those are options if you want to upgrade. But
How much would the biggest vessel hold? Like, would it hold all of us, or should we take
yeah,
2?
it could hold all of you.
Okay.
Does it
I
make
kinda
us
feel like
more
we
of a
should take
target?
2.
I'm sorry.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
I also agree
yeah.
that we should take 2, as you said, which I talked over.
Who's going to row is my question.
Sidon?
Well, if
Oh,
there's
that's
2.
right. You don't.
Oh well, it would have to be Ernie and Sidon. So Ernie and Zaba can go in one, and then Driftwood and Ernie. Oh wait, no,
I
there's
have
Ernie's
only
one
arm,
good
right?
arm.
Sidon.
I mean, I can row over time. I can do.
I have
Right.
one. I have
True.
one good arm too, though.
No, Zaba,
Well,
you're
yeah,
not,
but
you're not
row,
gonna be.
you
but
can
You're
over
only
not
time.
rowing.
move.
You're not rowing.
So
Look at
then
you.
I'll row. I'll row.
Zaba's
Zaba's
an
like,
oar. I'll row.
Drops the oar. Or were you saying
Driftwood can row, and then Sidon can row.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you gonna try and steal one big vessel?
Let's
Yeah.
take 2.
Let's take
I
2.
think we wait.
We'll take 2.
Wait. I don't. But how?
No?
Who's rowing?
Because one.
I will row.
So in one boat, Driftwood rows, and in one
Yes.
boat, Sidon rows.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
we'd be slower though.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
better
know.
to stick together.
But you know what? No, you're right. You're right. Zaba's slurring this. You're right. 2 can split up. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now who will go with who? We have Driftwood boat and
I'm
Sidon
already in one of the boats, so
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
whoever chooses the canoe.
I think it'll be I think if
Ernie doesn't want to sit next to Zaba. Ernie feels good. No, not for the reason you're thinking.
it could be Sidon
Ernie
says
feels guilty. Ernie feels guilty for this state that Zaba's in. I'm
Sidon
sorry, Ernie,
says
just mistake.
Sidon says, Ernie, why don't I ride with you and we can be in front and we can just tow the other canoe behind us and
good
I can
idea.
be the one to row and then Driftwood can be in the back with Zaba in case Zaba's condition gets worse.
Good idea.
Got a good head on your shoulders, Sidon.
Hey, sometimes I pay attention to military learnings. Anyhow, okay, let's find another vessel. Let's see. Driftwood, roll me for the other vessel.
All right.
Roll me a d20.
12.
12. Okay, that is also a success. You find another canoe. Um, with this one also has some amount of supplies in it. So you all load up.
Nice.
Sidon ties the two canoes together, and the four of you begin to row away from Alita down the river. And so it's gonna take like all day. Um, and Sidon says um, that he can probably row into the night until we get to the ocean, and then probably need to figure out from there what we're gonna do. So while that's happening, if anybody would like a scene with each other, we can kind of just do little scenes while you're rowing peacefully down the river.
Yeah, I so we have the supplies that Kurum gave
Yes.
us, right?
Hmm.
Which means we have the chips again. Um,
Yes. You have chips
so
and you have
yeah,
blankets.
and
You
blankets.
have these wool sheep blankets.
Right. So me and Zaba are being towed in the back canoe.
Hmm.
Correct. All
Yeah.
right. So I get my comb out. I start doing my hair. I was like, I'm about to go to sleep, um, and uh, I I like slice a little. Well, I don't know if all of our is all of our stuff like covered and like tied up by rope and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I slice just a little like uh, little incision into it and reach in and find the chips in our supplies, and I was like, yes. And I see Zaba.
Are those our rations?
Yeah, Zaba's laying down. It's
It's
like
like,
it's like, yeah, here, you want some?
yeah. I'll just hold
Okay,
out a hand like
all
so
right,
Zaba for the rest of this episode is just Zaba holding a hand out for things like
Hmm.
and people
yeah.
taking things away from Zaba.
So I grab, I open it, and this one is like a variety pack. There's like
Ooh.
beets and sweet potatoes and like zucchini in it,
Yes.
and I like dump it out. I was like, "Do you have a favorite flavor?"
Mm. The orange ones.
The orange one.
Yeah.
This is it looks like it's a carrot. Yeah.
No, not that orange one. Yeah.
The sweet potato.
Yeah, that one,
Okay. I'm
yeah.
not sure what the rest of these are, but I think this is sweet potato. And then so I Driftwood goes over and like kneels over Zaba and then puts it in Zaba's hand. And I whisper over to Zaba. I was like, Zaba, I'm very tired.
Uh, me too.
Cool.
Dr-
Are you okay?
No.
This is the most like regular conversation
Yeah.
Driftwood has had with Zaba because Driftwood is so tired.
Zaba is just like so like exhausted and also in pain.
Yeah.
I lean
Deeper.
over. I'm just eating. I'm squatting and eating in the boat like the chips, and it's like a lot of munching and like weird laughing and groaning.
Sometimes like you'll drop a chip and Zaba will just kind of quest around for it.
Yeah. Zaba's laid
Hey,
back and it's like feeling around
yeah.
on the
Hey,
boat
like,
floor.
what are y'all eating? What are y'all eating back there?
We have
Nothing.
we have chips,
Oh yeah, we
Ernie.
do.
Yeah, you want some?
No, I rushed. I think it's too difficult to get the chips over.
Well, I'm ready to throw them over before I knock out.
No rush.
What about Sidon? Is Sidon hungry?
I'm okay.
Get your own food.
You hear
I'm
Zaba.
mumbling this though. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
Only
I think
Driftwood
Zaba
can
wants
hear it.
Don't listen to Zaba or whatever.
what is Zaba
Actually,
saying?
apparently I'm shouting.
Zaba says you're such a fantastic party member, and we couldn't
No.
do this without you.
As Driftwood and Zaba drift away back asleep, Ernie, Sidon is rowing, and at a certain point he stops and he kind of just puts the oar across, and the river just kind of continues to carry you down it. And he's like, "Whew, that was a close one."
Well, from what I saw, yeah,
Yeah,
was didn't know if I was gonna make it out alive or Zaba or
me
Ernie or
too.
Driftwood.
Or Ernie.
I mean, you are Ernie, but I can understand the delirium. You all looked pretty.
How did you how did you get out of the castle, by the way? Or get out of
Oh,
that throne room?
yeah. So long story short, and we flash back to Sidon closing the doors, and he turns around and he's like, haha, and he like cuts like a chandelier and like flies up, and the chandelier like knocks on a bunch of guards over. But then like Jack basically like beats the shit out of him, and he describes it that like Jack immediately sliced his sword in half and then proceeded to pummel him with the flat of his blade, and then was basically going to take him away and extract more information about Tosu and all that. But that was when a horse, which later turned out to be Zaba, and Driftwood
Horse!
and Ernie and you showed up, and that's when he got rescued by the horse that later turned out to be Zaba. So
You said a horse that turned out to be Zaba.
yeah, I guess Zaba can turn into
Huh.
animals. I didn't know that about your friend.
I didn't know that Zaba could turn into horses either.
Huh. What an interesting revelation we've had. You have some very, very interesting friends, I will say.
They're all right.
Uh,
I take
yeah,
that back. I take it back. That they're very interesting, but they have heart, and I think they would make good warriors
yeah.
with time.
They don't razz you as much as the old gang did back in Tosu.
They don't razz me. Is
Yeah,
that some?
it's a word that I picked up in Odysseus. It's a word you use to describe when you're bullying someone and it's funny. Um, yeah, razz. I think that's what it
You
means
just
at least.
stick around with us a little longer. You'll see some razzing, but no, you're right. Yeah, it's nice not to have them comparing my sword skills every every hour of the day.
Yeah, it's more of a roast. They like to roast you, which I think is interesting. I haven't seen that kind of humor. Um,
Oh yeah, Zaba called me a porcupine.
yes, that was quite funny.
You were there for that?
No, I
Who
wasn't.
told
Sorry,
But told Sidon about it.
yeah,
you?
Driftwood told me about it.
Oh, okay.
But I will say, I can't thank you enough for coming to rescue me, even though it got us captured and us very beaten as we tried to rescue your friend Zaba. Uh, so I'm very grateful.
Yeah, I just knew I you know got there as fast as I could.
I appreciate it. And he looks at you and he says, when I was a prisoner of Jack's, he knows where Tosu is now. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna go there. I don't really know what that means, and I don't really want to go back, but I guess I feel really bad for leaving and abandoning basically all of my responsibilities, knowing that now something I guess I just didn't take him so seriously, and I just kind of divulged a little too much information over dinner, uh, and yeah, uh, I is this what feeling bad feels like?
I'm I don't know. I don't think Toaster ever treated you all that great with how much time you spent in the stocks. So it's a little surprising that you feel bad now. Um,
Yeah, I guess that's what's confusing me too. I shouldn't feel bad, right? Because it's like the society of warriors that conditions us to be you know tough and all that stuff. They're finally getting what they trained us for, but I guess I guess I just can't imagine what that would look like back home,
I
you know?
I I didn't realize it. I didn't realize either how bad things were. I didn't.
Yeah.
I take out the map, and I figured that they. I didn't realize they'd uh, a Odysseus. I didn't Odysseus and Tosu. I had heard of them. I didn't know that things had gone this bad.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know. We didn't really know like what the outside world was like outside of the canyon, you know? It's weird to think that there are people out there looking for a war with a city that they didn't know existed until very recently, or that they didn't know where it was until recently, you know?
I feel like that's what Tosu trained us for as well, taking the pain in stride. But
Yeah. How'd you break your arm?
oh, that's a funny story. You know that wizard guy?
Yeah, yeah, he always gave me the creeps.
Yeah, I tried to punch him in the face.
Oh.
Yeah, some other stuff happened, but that's the gist of it.
Oh, why didn't you try and stab him or you're
You
like
know,
a
heat of the moment.
gotcha.
Starts. If you notice, like sweat at the temples, at their
Sidon
temples.
Sidon just kind of nods and's like, nice improvised attack. And he begins to row again. And we're gonna fade away to to later that evening. Driftwood and Zaba, the two of you come to Sidon and Ernie are beaching the canoes near like I guess like near the Temple of Mitra in that area. There's still a bit of a hike to get down to the beach, but you're as close as you can get within the day. It's late afternoon at this point.
I imagine it's kind of surreal to be back at the kind of the rubble of this place without the smoke and the
Yeah.
dust.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we able to see if any of the temple folk are around when we start to come out of the river?
Yeah, I mean, as you kind of move your stuff out of the canoes and kind of, wait, real quick, are you bringing the canoes to the ocean or no?
I think that's what Driftwood had in mind.
Okay, cool,
It
cool, cool.
it sounds like it might be easier to to drag the canoes rather than like be carrying them on our like backs or like that, right? Like the canoes can
Oh,
kind of
yeah, and then they
hold
can carry
be
the
act as a
supplies.
way to like carry our stuff and we just drag them.
Like
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
canvas underneath the canoe, and then
Mm.
yeah, that works. Yeah.
Does
So
the river does the river go into the ocean or?
it does, but it would put you much farther south of Noro.
Oh,
Because
okay,
that's
I see.
closer to Kokuru, right?
I take
Yeah,
Or
out the
no?
map.
Yeah.
yeah,
When
yeah.
did you get the map?
Oh,
Did I have
Jack's.
the map?
No, I was rummaging around in Jack's office and I found
Oh,
this
it's not
map.
our map. It's
It's
Yeah.
the
it's an up it's a more updated map actually.
mm.
I show it to you, Zaba. Just kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh, also, when I was talking about Kokuru, that was Maya speaking, not Zaba. But when Zaba looks at the map, if it's okay to say this, I'm gonna say Zaba like suddenly remembers his dream as he sees like Kokuru village,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
and says, "My my village is in danger." Just like takes it and just says that like
How do you know that?
I this is like our first episode when Zaba was like, "Oh, right, I remember it now." I had a dream after I spoke with Tenkai. I had a dream of my village on fire.
Oh, well, I also had a dream. I had a dream about the Bawaya, the spirit in the lake, and the shark. I was swimming with them.
We both look at Ernie.
Did you get a dream?
Oh yeah, I was eating soup with my with my grandma with my grandma, but I I think there are wolves, having soup with us. It was quite sweet. I don't know.
Mm,
The soup was good. I have to say,
maybe
it really brought me back.
maybe yours is just a dream.
Does Sidon say his dream?
Sidon says, I had a dream that I was baked inside of a giant omelet,
See,
and it was
Sidon
delicious.
gets it. Sidon gets it.
It was the
Driftwood's
most
stomach
delicious
grumbles.
omelet I've ever had.
So,
So if we're here evaluating dreams, what are you saying, Zaba?
It sounds like I'm the only one who had a prophetic dream, and you all.
I don't know. Maybe we'll eat some soup in Noro.
I don't know if it was a vision of what's to come or a vision of what has passed, but Zaba lapse into silence as he kind of processes the idea of his village burning.
Well, I hope it's not prophetic. Actually, I hope it means something else. In fact, I hope Sidon's dream is the one that comes true. I
Not-
also don't know what an omelet is.
It's like an egg pancake.
What? That makes no sense to me.
Egg hot cake?
Driftwood's only eating like shark eggs, which are like
What is it?
fucking pouches with shark
Yeah.
babies in
If
them.
we ever get
Eggs.
eggs, I'll make this for
Like
you.
You don't
roe?
have chickens?
I mean, there's some birds, but you can't make something that big with that. Anyway, we're in an impasse here. We have to
Yeah.
make a decision of where we're going to take the boat. Zaba, I know the stream goes down towards Kokoru. What are you thinking? Are you thinking?
Zaba's still staring. Zaba laughs into thinking about snake eggs. No. I can't say that we're in good enough shape to survive another encounter with Tenkai. I left for a reason, trusting in Manon and trusting that my village would be able to take care of themselves as we went after Tenkai. And I think the knowledge of the healing that Noro contains is our priority. After then I would like to return to Kokoro, but we are not in fit state.
Sure. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we train with the warriors of Noro. I don't like hanging out with them myself. That's why I went doctoring, but it turns out I probably should have. If the past couple of days have shown anything, it's maybe I'm not in the right career path. But
You and me
anyway,
both.
well, we can go ahead and take these boats overland for a brief period, and then we can get through Noro laterally from here. So, should we do that?
Can I be in the boat?
Sidon says, yeah, I can drag the canoe with you in it.
Cool. Zaba stays in the boat. Does not get
Okay.
out.
The the four of you drag the canoes to the beach. As you go down the sort of like hillside to get down to the beach, you see that the people that used to live here have begun to slowly rebuild the temple, and that they're still mostly camping out at the bottom of the beach. You pass by familiar faces. Graham and Beery are still here. Some of the monks are still here. Laura is still here. They are a little shocked at your arrival and sort of the demeanor and wounds you all carry. They do check in and I guess like, do you explain to them like what's happened and where you all are going?
I would think so.
Okay.
So yeah, yes.
they
Okay.
they probably should know what has gone on in Odysseus. I don't imagine. We could say Zaba's saying this. I don't imagine that Odysseus is going to expand into this area immediately. It sounds like they have other. Well, actually, I don't know that.
Well,
Wait,
to me, I'm
have
there.
you? Because I didn't hear your conversation with Sidon.
But you saw the state of Odysseus, and
Because
did you overhear?
well, so here's what Maya is thinking is,
Yeah.
oh, they're gonna go to Tosu, but here's what Zaba's thinking is, I don't know what they're doing, and any neighbor around is in danger.
Well, you saw the map, and you saw that they have Tosu pretty clearly named on the map.
Oh, really? Like kind of like marked out, or
Mhm.
They know where Tosu is,
and there isn't this village marked out, maybe.
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it?
actually, can I open up the map and look and see what are
Yeah.
kind of like what it's been kind of marked as important in Jack's eyes?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
anything?
yeah. So everything is marked, and then I
Oh,
drew a
okay.
little red line to show where you all had gone. But yeah, all the villages are labeled, so
Oh,
they
okay,
do
never
know
mind.
where Kokoru is
Oh,
and
okay.
where the temple
Well,
is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that still doesn't help. Well, yeah. I mean, what did you do? You say anything to kind of signal that you think that Odysseus is going to approach Kokoro and
um,
the village or the
oh,
temple?
I wasn't thinking of Kokoro because I actually think we're a little further off.
Maybe
But
we think of the
I was
temple.
thinking of the temple. Um, I mean,
Um,
it is they're not they are neighbors, and so it sounds like
I
any
think
expansion is worth knowing about.
yeah, I think I noticed you hesitating, and I think I'm gonna say like I don't know what strategic importance this temple would have for Odysseus. I can't say that. I just know that this seems they're dedicating a certain amount of resources towards attacking Tosu. And I look to Sidon and back at you and the other villagers.
Laura, who you're
That's mhm.
okay, Laura, who you're all telling this to and catching up on the story. They nod. They take that in and they say, "Perhaps it is time that we begin to find a different place." And like they whisper to a few other like elder monks that kind of scurry off. And Laura says, "Thank you for this knowledge. We will use it wisely. But based on your tale, it sounds like you are all looking to head to Noro, which is on the ocean. So let us at least help you get there. Very least we can do." And they have like a little like raft with a sail. They say that they'll hang on to the canoes, but the monks begin to transfer the supplies over. You all catch Beery helping load supplies onto the boat as well.
Let's go, Beery.
Beery's like, "Hi, Driftwood.
Hey,
How's it
Beery.
going?"
It's look, I show Beery my hands.
Beery's like, "Oh no."
Yeah, they're pretty bad, but it's we're working up to it. Here, and then I grab one chip bag and hand it to Beery. He's like, "This is from Odysseus, or this is from Lita. Um,
Hmm.
I they're really good. You should eat them with chips or with fish.
I will once I learn how to catch fish.
Oh, you'll be a natural. Don't worry about it. These two were able to catch pickle crabs. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Saba's whispering to Ernie, when did Driftwood become friends with this child?
Oh, you were in the temple.
I wave to Beery.
Beery
One
waves.
second, Zaba. 1 second, Zaba. All right, I guess I introduced Zaba. Hey, Driftwood, Zaba hasn't met this kid.
Oh, that's okay.
Well,
Hmm. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's fine.
how's the form? I look around for brooms.
Oh, Beery
You all
shows
been
off some
practicing?
of his form with a stick, and
Ernie grabs his stick. Is like, yeah, like,
yeah,
what's
you
the
two like
carries?
playfully
I don't.
fence.
I
He's
distract
actually
Beery.
he's actually quite good for someone his age.
Sidon, check out this kid. You want to join
Yeah,
us?
yeah, sure. Sidon
Instead of
joins.
helping load the boat, the boat, we're
Yeah,
just
Sidon joins, and Beery kicks his ass.
the height difference probably didn't help. But
No, Beery was just running circles and hit him in the nuts a few times.
Oh no.
Dang. Driftwood's watching. I was like, all right, Beery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saba's lying down on the ground again.
Oh yeah,
It's
they've
been
actually put you into a cot, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. I'm lying down
oh,
on a
And
my
cot.
baby.
Laura actually gives you a charm, like a
Oh.
for like good
Hmm.
health. It's like a necklace with like a little shark like carving on it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um, I say thank you, and I loop it around. You know how when you have something that's too long, you can twist it and make
Yeah.
it into two loops, and I put it next to the charm for my mother. On
Okay, yeah. There you go.
it's a little
Two
shark charm.
anklets. Yeah, it's a little shark charm.
So cute. Finally, I also get a shark.
Yes.
I
Related.
get a
Yes.
shark related item.
Yep.
Uh,
The raft is loaded up and you all say goodbye and begin to make your way. Everybody roll me a 20-sided die.
Monica, I'm still using your dice.
Thank you. It's okay if it rolls bad. It's
13.
fine. 7. I mean, you're in a cot. It's true. I got a 3.
Okay.
Realistically, I shouldn't roll high anyway.
Okay. That's fine.
Everything's fine.
This was for just one specific thing. About halfway through the trek out across the ocean, you all catch notice of Noro. Driftwood, you see the village. You notice that the shoreline is lower. The dock is a bit higher than normal. Like you'll still be able to dock just fine, but it is lower. And while you're all just sort of staring in silence at the village, that is like made up of lots of huts and has like tents and there's like tropical trees on this island. You hear just a crunch sound near the cargo.
What was that?
What's
What?
that?
Huh? Says Sidon.
There was just a crunch sound over behind the raft.
What kind of crunch sound? Chip
Sidon, were you
sound?
eating chips?
Yeah, Sidon.
No, but Sidon goes over and looks, and he says, "Huh? Uh, can Driftwood? You know this child, right?" And Beery pops up eating chips. Hi.
I want to be mad. Trust me, Driftwood wants to be mad. Driftwood wants to be mad so bad. But
Where's your-
Driftwood smiles at Beery. Beery, what are you doing here?
I'm coming on your adventure.
Is Gram with you?
No, but Graham left me this note. And you see a note that has been written that says like, "It's okay, dash Graham."
Is it clearly
Does it
forged?
look like it's written by Graham?
It's handwriting. You don't know what Graham's handwriting looks like, but it doesn't look like someone that's written a lot of things.
Oh my gosh.
Does
Beery starts
Zaba-
walking around the raft. This is really interesting.
Zaba's kind of still like lying down. Does anyone know you were here besides us?
Graham. Beery pokes your mask. Do you always wear this?
Don't touch my mask.
Hey,
Okay.
don't.
Beery
Don't
gets another
poke the
chip.
mask, you'll regret it.
Beery has on like a bag with like it's like a cute little like bag with like supplies in it. He's like wearing little sandals and he's like he's got like a big
that
sun hat.
mask is magical. If you disturb it, something might happen to it. Your nose might turn into a carrot.
Oh, what?
Better not touch it.
No.
You want your nose to be a carrot?
No, I don't like carrots.
Then don't touch Zaba's mask.
Okay. He walks
Understood,
over to
thank
you and
you.
starts poking your sword. Is this
Do
real?
you want to touch it and find out, kid?
Oh, that's sharp.
first battle. First battle.
Sidon is like, hey, I know we have this kid, but I think we're almost at the village.
Okay. We're not quite docked yet, right?
No, but like you'll be able to dock with it in like minutes.
All right. So like in Driftwood's head, it kind of is like settling in. Now that Driftwood realized that there isn't really a good parents on the boat who they expected to be, they start to get a little serious. And they sit Beery down. And Driftwood's like, "Hey, why do you think we're coming to this village right now?"
Adventure, going to go find something, going to go stop, the big dragon.
Well, and then I show Beery my hands again, and as like, we probably went through a bulk of the adventuring we're willing to do right now. We're actually here to get healing, and to visit with the doctor folks over at my village. So, I just want you to know, like, it's probably gonna take us a whole day to get back. So I'm willing to keep you, and we'll watch over you. But you have to stick tight with us, Beery, if you're gonna be here with us. Or you can swim back.
Okay, I'll stick tight. He sits,
Ernie,
crosses his arms.
Ernie, keep an eye on the kid.
Hey, Beery, do you know what's in the ocean?
Fish.
gigantic jellyfish that will gobble you up. So don't go near the water, okay?
Gulp.
Does Sidon also freak out a little?
Sidon's like, what? That's what's in the ocean?
You're too big. You're too big, Sidon. It's okay. They're specifically they could fit children.
And Driftwood says, no, they get bigger than that.
Oh.
Okay, you know
Okay,
what?
Sidon,
I'm just gonna. Sidon begins to like paddle real quick. He's like, we just gotta get to this dock. We just gotta get to this dock. And on the shore, at the dock, Driftwood, everybody sees this, including Driftwood, reluctantly. You see a man who is about 5'8",
Uh-oh.
with a sort of like shaved head and this really large like jellyfish tattoo on his chest and arm, and he's wearing like a sort of draped cloth over one shoulder and has a harpoon in the other hand, and he is wearing a mask, and he walks up and
Driftwood, is that your dad?
Scallops.
That is not my dad.
This man says, well, Drifty, welcome back. Did you bring us goods, or did you return a failure?
Who's Drifty?
This asshole.
Are you wearing a mask? Are you a guardian?
Yes, I am the guardian. My name is Scallop. I am the
I'm going to stop
guardian.
you right there, Scallop. Scallop, just get us out of this boat right here, okay? All right, do your job. Do your job.
Zaba,
get us out of here.
guardian of Kokiri
Zaba,
Village.
let's get on the land for
Fellow
chosen.
guardian.
No,
Scallop,
none of this.
Scallop. We're being chased by some fish. Can you take care of it for us?
What kind of a fish?
You know what? You know what, Scallop? I think I just saw a jelly titan, the tail of a jelly titan right there in the water. You want to go after it?
Nah,
Almost
I'd
sucked
rather
our
watch
kid
you
in
return
here.
home in shame. And frankly, now that I know there's another guardian, and I'll have someone to test my mettle against. And he like pokes at you, Zaba, with the back of his harpoon.
You're trying to get closer. I take my sword out. I'm in front of Zaba.
He's like,
I'm
whoa,
straddled.
whoa.
Zaba's still flying down. What god chose you?
No, God, I was elected
You pick
because we
you
needed
pick on
a guardian.
you pick on people who are sick. You're sick.
Oh, I thought he was just being what a guardian does, chillaxing while his
Useless like
servants
you?
do his bidding.
What? You are no guardian.
Get off the boat.
I'm more guardian than you.
I start
Oh,
trying to.
excuse
I start going toward. No, hey.
Sidon
I
just
tell
like reaches over, grabs the gangplank,
no.
and pulls it down.
Oh, okay.
And he's like,
okay.
all right, let's just start walking. I don't want to be
I have
on the
my
water
sword. I have
anymore.
my sword out. I'm walking directly behind Scallop with my sword out.
Zaba's trying to get up and it's like, ow.
Okay, yeah.
Sidon,
I stopped Ernie too. I was like, Ernie, I get it, okay? You're just doing what I've been wanting to do every single day of my goddamn life, okay? So let's get off the boat and then don't worry. Come on, let's go. Let's
I'm not
get off this
worried.
boat. Yeah. I'm not worried.
A
Especially for
small-
you.
I sheath the sword, a smallet.
As you sheath the sword, the two of you notice a small crowd of people has formed. And from the crowd emerges an older woman who makes eye contact with you, Driftwood, and you know that this is your mother, Beluga.
Hey, Mom.
Beluga,
me.
without saying a word, runs up and hugs you. Your mother immediately casts the spell, Restore, onto you, and you regain, feel your hands begin to heal at an exponential rate. She sighs and says, Driftwood, my child, welcome home.
Mm-hmm. I embrace my mom, and with my new hands back, I kind of lift her up a little bit off the ground. Yeah, how's Pops? How's the village?
Come, let's go back home. Let's get you settled. We'll fill you all in. And Scallop's like, yeah,
Oh, you're
cool.
still here.
Yes, I'm still here. You know what? Nothing like a late night hunt. And he begins to like pull off his like shirt, and like there's like one person in like this crowd of people that like sort of fakingly swoons at that, and then Scallop jumps into the ocean.
He doesn't have even muscle tone. He's overworking his shoulders and his arms. He needs
Yeah, he,
is Scallops like one supporter overhearing Ernie
yeah,
and is like,
yeah. There's like a one person has a look of shock as you say
Someone
that.
gasps.
How
Yeah.
did you all?
Beluga leads you all through the village. It's not a very big village. It's kind of the same size as Kokoro. There's like just a few more buildings and a handful of more people, and you start to see that like the village is getting ready for what looks like to be an annual festival that happens. There's like banners and some streamers being set up, and like some booths being built at the moment. Driftwood, you would know this as the Festival of Mitra, that is around this time to celebrate. But you're taking into I guess the Driftwood residence where your father Angler is hanging out, cooking up some watermelon soup.
so it's our party is just so I can remember. It's Beluga. It is Driftwood. It is Ernie. It is Zaba. It is Sidon, and it is Beery.
Yep.
Right?
I think
Okay.
since Scallop isn't in the area, I'm gonna follow in the back. I keeping in mind what Zaba asked me to keep an eye on
Are
Beery.
you holding hands with Beery?
If Beery wants to hold hands, I'm not gonna. Ernie doesn't reach out their hand first, but if
Okay.
Beery wants to hold hands,
Yeah,
if
Beery's
anything, I'm
holding
probably
hands.
fake sword fighting with them.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
cute.
Yeah.
So I picture we're coming into the house, and my Angler's back is to us, turned to us, and I say, "Hey, pops, you better make extra."
Oh, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh, yeah. Yes, I will get started on something a bit more hardier. We got some people from the mainland here. Sidon has to like duck under the door to get in, uh, and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, Angler goes out to the back where you have like a cooler of fish, and he comes back in with some more fish and begins to grill that up.
So Driftwood's like, "Hey, Sidon, can you go help him out?" I go over to the kitchen and give my dad a hug. I also look at Beery. Is like, "Beery, go help Sidon and my dad help
I'll
Okay,
set
let Beery
dinner right
go.
now."
cool.
Mhm.
Sidon's like, "Alrighty, I can do this." The two of them go off, and yeah, it's just now the four of you, Beluga, and then the three of you.
Is there some place to sit?
Beluga pulls out like a mat on the floor and begins to heat up some water for tea.
I lie down.
Cool. Yeah, you gather around like a short table. Beluga also puts a pillow under your head, Zaba.
Thank you.
Nice one, Mom. Yeah, that pillow's been with us forever, so it's slept many a heads. So don't ruin it, Zaba.
Okay.
Is there a vomit bucket anywhere?
I mean,
I'm
there's a
joking.
bucket that
Joking.
had fish in it.
I'm probably not gonna put that close to Zaba.
Cool.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna vomit throw up.
So I sit down and then I kind of like call out like in like a general conversational tone, like, "When's the last time we had mainlanders in here?"
A long time. I don't think we've had mainlanders since before you were born, Driftwood. It's been a while.
Well, we're here. I mean, this is my mother. This is Beluga. My father over there. It's Angler. Um, Fam. This is I point. I'm at the table first. Like, this is my companions, Ernie, and the one laying down on the pillow is Zaba. Um,
Zaba, guardian of Kokuru Village.
Another guardian in the house. Huh? Isn't wild? Isn't life wild?
Mm, I hope this guardian is a little less pompous
I
or a
try.
little less of a puffer fish.
Right. Well, right
Wow.
now, he isn't.
Mm,
I can't believe you used that word, Mom. That's woof. Sheesh. Okay, I definitely need to hear what happened. And over there in the kitchen, a big one that's Sidon, small one that's Beery, who we'll have to keep an eye on. He's a little wily, but he's here temporarily.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. Wow. Yes, it's only been like, I'm surprised you're back so soon. It's only been like 2 weeks since you left.
I wouldn't have come back by choice, but we've run into a little bit of a couple roadblocks. And by roadblocks, I mean we are in need of a little bit of a health check. Our crew right here, Ernie's arm isn't looking so hot, and Zaba has had an affliction that I have never seen, to be quite honest. And I was hoping that we can get an appointment with the healers.
Okay. Well, first things first. Things have become a little bit complicated in Noro. Scallop has basically pushed Tasia out of leadership and has relegated the healers to just serve him. So things are pretty complicated and dire. And this is all happening right before the Festival of Mitra. It could not be a more stressful time for us to be preparing for this. And it's
Well, how could that have happened? Where's Tasia? What happened?
she's still here, but she's been cast out on one of the nearby islands. Scallop said something about corruption in the village, which isn't true.
Driftwood gets up and paces a little bit, and it's like, ugh, didn't I say this was gonna happen? Like, didn't I? Oh, gosh, like, am I crazy? Like, wasn't I? Driftwood kind of like faces away, and is like, you see, this is exactly why I didn't think Scalp was appropriate. I didn't even want the Guardians to be doing this. You heard me, Mom. Didn't I tell you over and over? I mean, I know we couldn't have done anything, but like, didn't I say it?
You did, but now the village is dealing with the consequences of that, and well, you probably picked a good time to come back.
Well, if you need a
Well,
And I'm
distraction,
glad you.
I'm happy to challenge that guy to a fight anytime.
I believe it, and honestly, I wasn't about it before, but I think we
I
should.
crack my knuckle. Sorry to interrupt you. I crack my knuckles.
Yeah. Well, before anything, I'm sorry. I'm heated. They're used to me getting this way. I like gesture to my parents, and it's just let's just eat. Let's eat first. I think that's a good idea. How long's till dinner, pops?
Not that long. And from there, we'll kind of do a little montage of Angler cooking up some fish and preparing a meal. And the night ends with the 6 or 7 of you around the table, probably the most people you've had in your place in a while, chowing down on some fish, some sashimi, some salad, some watermelon soup. And despite how everybody feels, despite how beaten up everyone is, despite how ill you feel, Zaba, uh, you all feel a little bit warmer with a full meal. Dice and Pizza is Mya Worrell as Zaba, Justin Ricafort as Driftwood, Kyla Worrell as Ernie, and myself, Derek Aiello, as the guide. Cover art is by Gene Young, music is by Inamar Ben Zimra, with additional sound design and sound effects by Brian Kim. As usual, you can follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at Dice and Pizza for updates on the show, and check out the video or audio version of this wherever you get your YouTube or your podcasts. What a guy that Scallop is. What a guy. Our next episode will be on Monday, February 28th. Come back then to see how our party will navigate the new situation in Noro. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you then.